Okay guys, we are here with the 2025 Mercedes-Benz C200. It's a little bit different for our channel because usually, as you know, I play around with slightly older Mercedes, and I actually own a Mercedes-Benz myself. I own a 2011 C250 CGI wagon or estate, depending on where you're watching this in the world, and it is also black. Funnily enough, it actually has these wheels and is an absolute dream to drive. So a couple of cool things when you unlock it. This one's been fitted with the Mercedes logo that flashes out. Daytime running lights come with the car, as well as the rear light performance when you turn the car on or unlock it. It has a little dance that it does with the rear tail lights. Now at the front you have parking and clearance sensors. You have a 360-degree camera system, which we'll get into because it's a different type of camera system than what you would expect for a Mercedes. The front is absolutely beautifully styled and it has the LED headlights as well, and again just absolutely gorgeous in terms of the design. The grille, very prominent, massive 3-point star, a little bit of a smaller badge at the top with it. Higher spec models, you can also upgrade an option to have a upright emblem that sticks out. But overall, just how beautiful does it look, particularly in the black with the nice chrome highlights. Now, these wheels, they are an option. They're a 19-inch alloy AMG optioned wheel. The car itself is obviously just a C200, but the wheel itself has been optioned. Camera on the side, you have one on each side, plus you have the puddle lamp projector, and you also have a reverse camera as well. Indicators on the side, and proximity sensing to open and close and get in and out of the car. Now you've got this beautiful ambient lighting on the inside that is programmable, so you can change the colors to suit whatever you would like. And you also have these scuff guards on the inside that have Mercedes-Benz lit up and illuminated for easy access in and out at night, but also just to give it a very nice classy look. Let's have a look at the rear. Now, in terms of the rear tail lights, as I mentioned, when you unlock and turn on the car, they do a little bit of a dance. You do have a electronic up and down tailgate. As you can see, we've jam-packed it in here. We've got a McDonald's cup because, well, we couldn't have it on the inside. I have my Samsonite Eco Diver bag. I've got a large suitcase and a couple of small carry-ons. We have plenty here. There is a couple of releases on the side that will drop down the rear seats as well for you. So they will make it nice and easy. And one other cool thing with Mercedes, run your foot down here and it will actually open and close. So run it back through and it will open it or close it. Now, because this is a car that is made for a left-hand drive market, the open and close function is actually more targeted to the left-hand side. The right-hand side doesn't really do it as easily or as regularly. So that's one thing just to bear in mind there. Rear parking sensors and just beautiful chrome garnishes throughout. And the tail light design is absolutely stunning, especially when it's unlocking and going into that welcome sequence for the rear tail lights. Let's have a look inside. All right, so moving into the interior, you have a lot of MB Tex everywhere. It is a little bit of a harder plastic down the bottom here, but MB Tex soft touch materials all through here. MB Tex is just a synthetic material, and it's the name that Mercedes gives it so that they don't have to call it vinyl or fake leather. It is engineered to last, to have a very particular touch and feel that's consistent with most Mercedes models of the last couple of decades, and it does quite well. And look, having a 2011 C250, I'd highly recommend that you have a look at my review of the C250 estate. Have a look at the interior condition of that car. That car's done 229,000 Ks when we bought it, and the MB Tex has held up incredibly well. So it is a very good material. Don't, I guess, turn your nose at it and think, oh, because it's MB Tex and it's synthetic, leather or a fake leather, that it's not going to be good quality, because it does actually hold up against the test of time. Over here you got the boot release and power windows, power mirrors, buttons to fold the mirrors in, and your heated seats plus your electronic seat adjustments and memory seat positions all on the door. And the doors in general actually feel to be pretty high quality and pretty high grade, minus this plastic down the bottom that I just think just ruins a touch of this car. I do understand that this is a lower grade vehicle, but would have been nice just to have a little bit more refinement and finish in that, because quite frankly, if you took this door off this car and put it on almost any other mainstream brand, the door itself would feel basically like any other mainstream brand. So come through to the inside and let's have a look. Now, in terms of the steering wheel, incredibly soft in the hand, and it's also rather light. So regardless of whether you're in a car park or whether you're on the road, it adjusts very, very, very nice in terms of the touch that you would want for the response that you need at the given time. It can feel a little bit light in car park situations based on previous driving experiences in other cars. So that does tend to make you kind of make a movement that's overly powerful or overly strong rather than a soft one-fingered type of approach to move the whole steering wheel that you can do even when stationary. So just bear that in mind as you adapt to it. You'll just want to make sure that you don't go into it and throw it into a full movement in a car park at low speed, because you don't need to. Outside of that, on the right hand side you have your gear selector stalk. On the left hand side you have your indicator stalk as well, and wipers. Now the stalks themselves, like, while they're okay, they don't scream premium, they just kind of are there. And when you look at them through the steering wheel, they kind of look like they were a bit of an afterthought that's kind of just been stuck on. So that's the only thing that I would say I'm not a huge fan of. But in terms of the overall interior, it does feel pretty nice to be inside this car. You've got this nice textured finish here that carries out throughout the whole interior. The great part about that is there's no high gloss black surfaces across the dash, which means no reflective light coming into you when it catches sunlight. And these air conditioning vents are absolutely well positioned, perfect for adjustments to make sure that you get air exactly where you need it to be. And there's a heads-up display unit directly in front of the steering wheel. Now, one of the things that I haven't been able to figure out is why the heads-up display doesn't come on consistently. So regardless of what the condition, what the environment is, I haven't been able to consistently get that heads-up display unit to turn on every single time. And in the menu system, I can't even figure out where it is to actually turn it on, which is a little bit annoying because normally it's pretty easy and quick to get to the adjustment for the heads-up display unit. We also, one thing to point out as well, now it might be because the car is literally brand new, it's about 400 Ks old, and potentially the dealer hasn't done a proper pre-delivery on the car. But the key failed and stopped working just before. It required us to go through a recovery sequence where we had to put the key on a certain spot inside the car to then get the car to reactivate and to recognize the key and to turn back on. I've never actually had that experience in 20-something years of being around cars, and about quite a number of years using these type of keys. So I don't know if, again, maybe it wasn't pre-delivered correctly by the selling dealership, but it just was a bit of an unusual thing that I didn't expect. So if you do have a C200, let me know if the key has kind of caused you any issues. Outside of that, the design of the key is actually really nice. Okay, moving on, you have a beautiful digital display just here, and when the heads-up display unit is working, it's actually fantastic because you also get the GPS navigation that's built in, projecting onto the heads-up display unit in color so that it's very crystal clear exactly where you need to go and what you need to be doing in terms of following your satellite navigation directions. The Apple CarPlay and Android Auto system works fantastic and is seamless. You have the option of doing wired or wireless for the connection, and I must say the built-in navigation is okay for navigation in a car. There are a couple of times around the city where it struggles to work out where it is and where it needs to be, but the rest of the time it is all pretty good. The one thing I have noticed is it doesn't pick up business names the same way that other satellite navigation systems do it. you know, particularly in other brands that this competes against. And it might be just the mapping provider in the back end, or maybe I'm just entering it in the wrong place. So let me know again in the comments if you do have one of these, or you have a previous version of one of these, if yours does or doesn't do that. There's a couple of times today where we've had to manually enter the actual address, or resort to using Google Maps, even though we were trying to test out the satellite navigation system. So one thing to note there. The other thing is the ambient lighting, when it is turned on, it's absolutely beautiful all around the interior highlights and areas just here. You just get this absolutely gorgeous ambient lighting the whole way around, all through the vents and everything. So looks absolutely amazing. And if you want to turn the handbrake on or off, you can manually do that over here. So push or just pull, and that activates or deactivates the electronic brake. Flappy paddle gear selectors directly behind the steering wheel, and of course it is an electronic steering wheel adjustment for height and reach on the actual steering wheel as well. Now come through and let's have a look at the center. Now moving to the center, you have this gloss black surface here. It's one of the few gloss black surfaces on the car, and that actually makes it fantastic because it minimizes how much of that is in a car. On the doors you get another little bit of that gloss black as well. Pushing this up, you end up with USB-C charger down the bottom here, a wireless charging pad here, plus you can also remove this section just here. So if you want to pull these cup holders out and actually reposition them within the area down here, you can, and you just find where you want to clip it, pop it back in, and off you go. The great part about that means that you can just clean up whatever mess you might have made by accidentally dropping a coffee, maybe dropping some snacks, rather than having to have it placed in one particular location. And you also have this butterfly opening center console box, which is pretty handy for some storage. It has two USB charging outlets in there as well. So again, just very, very nice. This display, absolutely fantastic. It's not too bright, so when you're driving at night, we were driving last night with the car when we arrived, it didn't have any real reflection in low light scenarios, which were fantastic, because usually these bigger displays end up giving you a lot of glare and a lot of light in your eye when you don't really want it to. So that was fantastic there. The navigation system works a treat. You can pull up your destinations pretty quickly. It has voice control, and it also has a couple of other bits of information all through here. So you just have a ton of easy to use things all located at the tip of your finger. Dual zone climate control is located in here, and you also have heated seats for the front two seats as well. So the great thing is you now have found out exactly where the heads up display button is. So you press this button here and you press that to activate it. Now the really weird thing is I haven't deactivated that, so I don't know why it keeps turning on and off, but maybe it's related to the key glitching and not always opening. Car wash mode, which is fantastic, and also all your driver assistance modes within reach. Now talking about driver assistance, a lot of cars that have lane keep assist and all other kind of alerts are incredibly annoying in 2025 with the amount of beeping and pinging that they're doing as part of a lot of regulations and them rushing the software in. This Mercedes doesn't have any annoying bells or whistles or kind of beeps. It does vibrate the steering wheel just to let you know that you are about to go over the line of your lane. But outside of that, there's no other really annoying bits and bobs going off. So great job there by Mercedes. The other thing as well is fuel consumption. So we've done quite a bit of driving since getting into the car. In fact, we have done 150 Ks and we've used 1/8 of a tank. We have 622 kilometers remaining in this one tank. So I think this car would probably get you about 750 to 800 kilometers out of one tank, and it's petrol, it's not hybrid, it's just a nice fun car. Now you might say, oh yeah, but new cars, the rating that they put on the sticker is always a bit ambitious. Now my C250, when I bought that car, I drove 1,700 kilometers home with that car. first time ever in a Mercedes for such a long period of time. That car averaged about 800 to 840 Ks per tank on that drive home, which took 2 days. So I think this probably is going to get you somewhere around that 700 to 800 kilometer mark out of one tank, which is very, very good for a petrol car, particularly when you're driving in the city and on highways and mixing it up. You're getting almost hybrid consumption without having to be in a hybrid, which is pretty good. Now you have a beautiful panoramic roof at the top. Now it is split into two, so the back section has another section, and you have a moving moonroof in the front section, which means that this actually opens up completely and allows fresh air in, or just for you to, you know, gaze at the stars on a romantic picnic, honeymoon type drive that you might be doing. Anyway, from there, you do have the normal Mercedes emergency services that are all connected through here. I will say all these buttons on the steering wheel as well, they no longer have a clickable requirement or for the button. You just slide your finger up or down when there's something playing, and that will actually trigger the volume to increase or decrease, which while you're driving is actually quite nice because you just slide it or slide it down, and it does it pretty quick. You do have an answer and hang up button, which are clicky buttons, and the right hand side is your cruise control settings, and they are also clicky settings as well. But the volume is a slider. Fantastic. Let's move into the back. Now the rear seat is a little bit dark, so if you can't see me, that's all right. But you have plenty of space. So underneath these seats, you've got plenty of space for your legs. You've got these beautifully crafted rear seats that are also incredibly well supported. 2 Isofix positions on the outer 2 sides of the back seat. And you also have a built-in center armrest with a couple of cup holders for your drinks on your long drives. A little bit of storage down here as well. I'm surprised that there's no USB outlets down the bottom here, because I would have thought that you'd have easy access to USBs for charging devices in the back, but here's what it is. Outside of that, it's a very comfortable place to be. Plenty of space, plenty of headroom. You're going to be all right if there's 2 of you. If there's 3 of you, realistically, it's a bit of a push, and you should probably get a slightly bigger car. The power windows are all on the outer sides, and the coat hooks are there. There's no heating for the back seats or air-conditioned seats or anything like that. It's just normal seats. But very, very comfortable back seat space. So let's go for a drive, see what we think, and then you can tell me whether you'd consider a Mercedes C200 in 2025. Now, place the car into reverse and you have your reverse camera system. Now, this camera system is obviously pretty good, and as long as you line up the car, you can get a bit of a feel. Now, one of the things that will take a little bit of adjusting to if you're not familiar with a Mercedes is that this screen is a little bit squished in the way that it displays everything. So it's not quite as square and rectangular or robust as some of the other manufacturers. This one kind of gives you a bit of a squished in view. So although it seems like your car might be a bit wider than the view that you're getting, it gives you that bird's eye view to just double check. Over here you have the rear camera that you can just double check each of the sides to make sure that you're all good. You can have obviously the front or the rear camera depending on what you're doing. You can also save the GPS position for any future reference, and you can also set it to auto. We'll go through all of the camera views that are available, and you also have another little setting just there as well. So a bit of everything for that reverse camera. All right, so we're driving the C200, and the reason I don't have the mic on is I just want you to hear what the camera hears so that you can see what the noise levels are like inside the car. This car I actually really, really like. It's comfortable, it's quiet, and it's perfect for around the city. It's not too loud with the amount of road noise, and it's also just the right amount of power. Like, it gets up and goes when you need it to, but it doesn't have an abundance of power that it's going to chew through the fuel on a daily basis. So, you know, while it might be nice to have a C63 or a C43 or any other kind of V8 or, you know, V6 or turbo V6 powered or 6-cylinder powered car. A 4-cylinder in the city is all you need. For day-to-day driving, this is incredibly comfortable. It has the automatic on and off system or stop-start system that helps preserve some fuel. Now, that's not a feature that I'm normally a fan of, but this doesn't really do it all that intrinsically. So most of the time you don't even know that it's turning itself on and off. So again, it's delivering that level of refinement that you kind of expect at this level from Mercedes. So they've done a really good job at executing just a comfortable daily car for city commutes. Now, this is, up until recent times, it's been the main car that Mercedes sold. It was the C-Class was its bread and butter of Mercedes. Now there's a couple of other models that are mixed into it, but it's still in the top 3. And you can tell that it's important to the brand in some of the areas of refinement. The finish, the quality that you're getting is pretty decent for what you would expect. And in terms of the steering, it feels connected enough at high speeds or at faster speeds, low speeds around car parks. It's sensitive and responsive enough to allow you to, you know, effortlessly park your car without really kind of having to put too much strenuous effort or work into it. Plenty of visibility, it's pretty good in here, but you also get pretty decent headroom and really nice seating position. So in terms of the ride, it rides absolutely beautifully. It's smooth, it's comfortable, it's not too firm, it's not too soft. It's just a nice balance for day-to-day city driving that allows you to just really enjoy the ride. And I think that's what Mercedes has just absolutely nailed with its ride. It's the perfect daily. And at the end of the day, the C-Class is exactly just that. It's meant to be a daily vehicle. It's the main get up and go car for a lot of parts of the world, and it looks absolutely stylish and stunning doing so. So I really like it. I highly recommend that you go and take one for a drive and let me know what you think. If you're expecting a car that is going to absolutely go like the wind, this probably isn't your car. But if you're expecting a car that has enough get up and go, it's not sluggish and it's not slow compared to other 4-cylinder vehicles, this is the car. Until next time, guys, thanks for watching and stay ready for the next review.